all these years you have been consuming caffeine the wrong way. It's been counterproductive to your productivity and focus. You are thinking it's gonna boost you, it's gonna buff you like a video game character, it's gonna make you feel focused and increase productivity. And at first it was like that. You feel the euphoria of it, you feel the energy it gives you. But with time, with chronic using and abusing and taking over the limits of the day and taking it at the wrong time, it has destroyed your life. It has destroyed the quality of your sleep. It has been counterproductive. Okay, and I'm here to tell you how to use it properly, how to make you a superman in your coding sessions, in your productivity, in everything in your life. How to make it work in your advantage and not against you. Okay, so the first thing is, you do not take it 8 hours before you sleep. Okay, in the 8 hours before you sleep time, okay, you do not touch anything related to caffeine. Okay, you don't even smell it, you don't go near it anyway. Okay, because caffeine acts as a blocker for adenosine. Okay, adenosine is like a feel tired hormone for your brain. Okay, when it builds up, it signals your brain that you are feeling tired. Okay, and that it's time to go to sleep. Okay, and this adenosine buildup is what makes your sleep high quality. Okay, the more you build up, the more there's adenosine, the more you'll feel tired, the more your body will go into a deep rest. Okay, and caffeine acts as a blocker to this feel tired hormone. Okay, because this adenosine builds up the moment you wake up, first thing of the day. It's like zero, and it starts to build up all along the day until it's your sleep time, and it's at its peak levels, and you go to sleep happily, and you wake up the next day feeling refreshed. Okay, but now with taking caffeine 8 hours before sleeping, okay, this build up gets blocked. Okay, and the problem is you don't just block it. Okay, you don't just delete the generation of that adenosine. Okay, you just block it from reaching your brain, but it still builds up. Okay, let's think caffeine like a wall. Okay, and it still builds up outside that wall. Okay, and when caffeine, like its effects, are no longer present, the adenosine acts like a tsunami to your brain. Okay, all the buildup will catch your brain all at once. Okay, and that's why you feel a crash after some time after taking caffeine. Okay, and that builds a vicious cycle, because when you feel that crash and you feel tired, you want to take more caffeine, so you block it again and again and again, and that's build more crashes upon crashes. And that is not the state we want you to be. We want you to be in a state of focus, not a state of lethargy and laziness. Because focus and productivity are highly related in this AI vibe coding era. Okay, we want your brain to feel refreshed as best as possible, so you can attack the tasks and write the best prompts you can and generate the best ideas that you can. Okay, so first thing, you don't take caffeine 8 hours before you sleep. Okay, this is the first and most important thing, because if your sleep is not good, in high quality, and is not fixed, caffeine is not the problem. Okay, caffeine is the least of your problem if your sleep is not in order. Okay, so you get to sleep in order. You don't let caffeine interfere with your sleep quality. Okay, second thing, you do not take caffeine 16 to 90 minutes after you wake up. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because caffeine, plus than blocking the adenine, it increases your cortisol levels. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and stress is positive. Positive by concept is positive in cases, because it makes you alert. It improves your focus. Okay. The bad thing with stress is chronic stress. Okay, when you feel stressed all day long. Okay, that is bad stress. But the healthy stress is when it makes you refreshed, it makes you focused. Okay, and your body naturally in the morning produces this cortisol hormone. Okay, upon waking up. Okay, so you feel, so it's signaling to your body that it's time to wake up. Okay, and when it's time to wake up, the cortisol levels are getting higher and higher first thing in the morning. That's why the first hour or the 2 hours of the morning are the best hours for being productive and like feeling so much energy. Okay, more than the rest of the day. Generally full. If you had a good sleep, that's why sleep is the first step. Okay, then after you wake up, after a good night quality sleep, you don't want to take caffeine in the first hours because it will spike more your cortisol. Okay, your cortisol is already high, and you spike it more, then you will feel like stressed, really stressed, like problem stressed, not like focus stressed. Okay, and we don't want you like that. Okay, you take it after your stress levels begin to like stabilize. Okay, that's when you take it, and that you can take like caffeine and increase a bit the cortisol levels. It's okay because you will be still in the range of like the focused range. Okay, the healthy range of cortisol. Okay, so third thing. Okay, you do not exceed the daily limit of 400 milligrams. Okay, taking more does not equal more productivity. Okay, maybe for that day. Okay, but chronically taking more than the daily usage is not productive at all. It will destroy your body bit by bit. Okay, because it's a drug. At the end of the day, it's a drug. It's a legalized drug. Okay, it's like caffeine is a legalized drug, so you want to be careful with it. Okay, you do not exceed the daily limit. Okay, you use it in your advantage. You microdose it. Okay, you do not take full cups. Okay, full cups and full gulps. Okay, at one time. Okay, you make your cup and you sip like one sip, two sips every like 10 minutes. Okay, you want stable high energy. Okay, and not spike energies and a crash and a spike and a crash. Okay, it's a vicious cycle and it's not good for your productivity. It's counterproductive. Okay, nobody will tell you these. Okay, these these general advice is like taking coffee, taking caffeine, this drinking coffee, drinking like the Monster energies, like the Coca Colas, like the energy drinks. Especially stay away from energy drinks. Okay, and do not take your coffee with sugar in it. Yes, please, because sugar it's another problem. Okay, you have your focus and energy because your caffeine and you microdosing it and everything, but if you're taking sugar with it, okay, especially on an empty stomach, and I'll come to that later, the empty stomach part, but taking it with sugar will cause another sugar problem. Okay, you will spike your insulin, and insulin when spiked, okay, the insulin is the hormone that breaks down your sugar and gets it into your muscles so you can use it for energy. Okay, and if you get that unhealthy sugar that you put into your caffeine, okay, it creates spikes of glucose, which is sugar, in your body, and it spikes your insulin too. Okay, and insulin when spiked, it will cause low energy, it will cause letharginess, it will cause laziness. Okay, so you want to be optimizing that caffeine intake without sacrificing your focus on neither your health. Okay, we want to reap the benefits of the caffeine without having its drawbacks and side effects. Okay, believe me if you try this. Okay, and I'll tell you the last part. You want to be in a state of fast. Okay, state of fast, like first thing in the morning, after you like passes in 90 minutes after you wake up. Okay, you take your caffeine. Okay, and it's optional. Okay, but it's a bonus. It's a bonus. You want to take it fasted. Okay, so you reap the benefits of focus of caffeine without having the drawbacks of eating. Okay, because eating redirects your blood flow from your brain. Okay, so your brain has less blood flow because now your stomach is needing blood flow so it can break down proteins and stuff that you ate. Okay, so that's why you feel after eating, especially if you're eating heavy meals. Okay, you will feel some letharginess, some laziness, some brain fog. Okay, and that's normal. but we don't want it in your productivity hours. Okay, so taking caffeine 90 minutes after you wake up. Okay, after you wake up from a good night's sleep. Okay, and a good night's sleep is a sleep where you don't take caffeine 8 hours before that sleep. Okay, and third, you take it in a fasted state. Okay, and fourth, you don't put sugar with it. Okay, and you microdose. Okay, you don't drink it all at once. Okay, I hope you win. I hope you get focused. Let's stay focused. Be a coder and an athlete. Okay, with the body of an athlete, with a mind of an athlete, and the skill of a high efficient for coder.